Hi girls and guys, it's Mr. Tracky and we're on the right track. In today's video we're going to go through the patch notes for version 5.30 on Fortnite Battle Royale. Change of format today. Normally I do this by actually going through the patch notes with yourselves on screen. However, something to me feels a bit lazy and it feels a bit boring that I just read off a screen something you could probably read yourself. Some of you may like that, I don't know, because I do actually give my opinions as I go through the notes. But I'm going to try it with gameplay in the background. You guys tell me down in the comment section which one you prefer, and I'll go with the majority on this one. But anyway, let's get into these patch notes. Now, as always, guys, you know I don't go through absolutely everything. I go through what I believe is important to you guys, and it's going to be covering the Battle Royale. So, limited time mode. Score Royale, basically you have to get points to win this one. I'll literally skim through what you need to win. The scoring chart is probably the best way for me to do this. Basically, your winning score for solo is going to be 2,000 points, for duos 3,000, for squads 4,500. Using a apple or mushroom will grant you 10 points, a ammo box 25 points, llama 50 points, opening a supply drop or eliminating an enemy 100 points, 50 points for opening a treasure chest, 30 points for bronze coins, silver coins will grant you 50 points, and gold coins will grant you 100. So basically you're playing Fortnite combined with a bit of Mario here, because you're going to be searching for them coins just to ensure that you get that victory royale. I do really love the way that Epic Games just has this imagination to magic up a new limited time mode every single week without fail. It's really interesting how they do that. Limited time mode playground, which should be a permanent time mode. If you did refer to one of my previous videos, it just should be there just to help you improve and test things in the game. Playground has been updated with a couple dozen new ATKs available, some more ramps to jump them off, and a handful of new rifts scattered throughout the map. Head to the hilltops and see if you can find them all. Now into the meat and potatoes, as I say for the video. And basically what that means is we're going to talk about weapons and items. I haven't read any of these patch notes, so as I'm going through them, I'm learning just as you'll be learning if this is the first time you've heard about the patch notes for version 5.30. Now, two things that we knew were going to be added was the addition of Tomato Temple, which I am going to do a separate review on myself and tell you where the chests and stuff are. And we've had the Riff To Go added to the game. So Riff To Go added. Riff To Go is a portable riff that can be carried in your inventory and deployed immediately. When activated, you are teleported into the sky and placed into skydiving mode. Now, I did have a conversation with one of my good friends about this, and we was concerned that you was going to be able to escape fights, but the opponent that you was going up against would have no way to chase you down if you used the riff. Now I'm seeing right here the riff will remain at the location it was deployed for 10 seconds, allowing other players to use it. Epic Games are not stupid at all. That could have been a game breaking thing that was definitely worried about when I did see them talk about the introduction of the Riff To Go. Now, we all love riffs as a community, that is a given. They get you from point A to point B swiftly, and to take out the most mundane part of Fortnite Battle Royale, which is when you've got to trek across the map for approximately 3 minutes or something like that and see absolutely no one. It gets you back into the fight, it gets you back into the action really quickly. So I think this is a really clever addition to the game. I really like this. I really like this, guys. It comes in epic rarity, drops in stacks of 1, max stack size of 2, can be found in chests, vending machines, supply drops, and loot llamas. The pump shotgun has had a buff, but I don't really personally believe it's even worthy of being called a buff. So they've shortened the equip time, because if you remember, they tried to negate people actually abusing the double pump by bringing in this new animation time that took really a long time for a gun to come out that you was using. The thing is, things have changed so much in the game, they've totally forgot that the pump has still got this. and that was based on a couple seasons ago where the meta has totally changed now. So a lot of people, including myself, have complained that they need to take this off the pump shotgun. Now, I can't remember the exact figures of what the actual equip time was originally, so I don't know if it was 0.88, but that's been reduced from 0.96, so it's a step in the right direction. However, I still feel the pump shotgun definitely needs much more love than this. The shotguns in general just need a hell of a lot more consistency. If they can do something about the base damage, I've heard Noah J speak about it, Courage spoke about it himself, where they're saying even if you hit one of your shells, one of the pellets from your shells, you should still get 40 damage from a shotgun. Now, I think that's a really, really good idea. Let me know down in the comment section, guys, what you think about that. But I think as an introduction, that should be granted, because it's a heavy, close range weapon, and you should, if you're up close and personal, you shouldn't do 7 damage to someone. And when you're penalized with rechambering with the shotgun as well, the pump shotgun specifically, it's just not really good to know that you've hit 7 and you're probably going to die if you don't change weapon really quickly. Double barrel shotgun has now has a spread reduction of 15% while crouching. Now, I really like this double barrel shotgun. I never use it crouching. I try to jump shot people and just bang them right in the face, and usually get that 150 damage if possible, with 2 very close up shots. So I know that was their introduction into the game, to try and appease all the problems and make the shotgun user happier, but we still need more done with the shotguns in this game. Clingers will now explode when their fuse has expired. Clingers will no longer explode if the object they are attached to is destroyed. They will be affected by gravity and fall until they stick to another object or their fuse expires. You'll also be pleased to know that the damage traps, people were able to basically run past this without obtaining any type of damage. They have been fixed, and they've slightly buffed the remote explosives. They now damage everything in their radius. On to gameplay, and near enough the last few things that you really need to know about is when you were dancing, your pickaxe will be in your hand for some reason. They have rectified that. Combat Pro and Builder Pro configs added functionality to the right stick click action that will cycle available traps if the player isn't repairing or rotating a building piece. Added an option to auto sort consumables items to the rightmost empty quick bar slot when picked up. That's a bit lazy, isn't it? It really isn't it? Added smoothing to motion controls on platforms that support it. Lowered the dead zone using lowered the dead zone, beg your pardon, used for aiming on Xbox One controllers. Now, they've crossed this out. You can't actually see this, but I was just about to address this. Tune controller input and accelerations to allow for more fine tuning when aiming. Now, I felt that this felt really horrible, and it does actually say just underneath this, we are in the process of reverting this change after receiving player feedback that it didn't feel good, and it really didn't feel good at all, guys. So for me, I really have to say that it's a welcome change, and I'm glad they've put it back. But yes, that is basically what has happened in the game for this week's patch notes. Tomato Town is now Tomato Temple. We've had a buff to the pump shotgun. The audio has changed slightly for your shotguns and your assault rifles and stuff. Basically, any gun that you shoot may sound slightly different. I'm going to link the patch notes down in the description, guys. But guys, as always, there are many buttons you could hit, but a like and subscribe button, I hope they tickle your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.